We're watching films on the toilet, because that's what dads have to do. When the movie's unsuitable for your kids, then pretend you need a number two. If you need a break from your family or spouse, there's a lavatorial picture house. Watch Terminator 2 while you're sitting on the loo. Enjoy the whole of Rambo 4 with your trousers on the floor. We're watching films on the toilet. How about you?
Actually, there's a man, you should look this guy up, he's called the Liver King.
Oh yeah.
He believes that like liver and blood and animal stuff is the way forward, is the ultimate supplement. Apparently liver gives you everything you need, nutritionally.
Do you mean Paul Gascoigne? Because he notoriously went through a phase of eating raw liver.
Well, it is essentially Paul Gascoigne, but this guy, Liver King, he trains his jaw.
Mm.
So he trains all the parts of his body. I'll send you a picture of him. He looks utterly ridiculous.
He sounds like a f***ing moron.
Yeah. But he was training his jaw as well with weights.
You know, into the old days where if you wanted to get a bit of attention, you'd get really good at a sport or become a good actor or something. Or, I don't know, even try and shoot a politician. At least that took some cojones. Whereas now, the Liver King eating liver and getting a big jaw? Come on, humans, we can do better than this.
If he managed to get to the point where he could carry like a deer up a tree in his jaw, that would be impressive, right?
Is that why he's training his jaw?
I hope so.
Okay, interesting start. Hello, and welcome to Talking Sopranos with me, Michael Imperioli, and the big fat guy who plays Bobby.
And me, the other guy. Hey, Christopher, who have we got on this week?
I love listening to that podcast because Michael Imperioli is so intelligent and erudite and asks all these really sensitive questions about acting. And Bobby just goes like, so is Tony dead or what?
Giorgio, is Tony dead or what? I get it. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it.
I know we've been away for a little while, but in case you've forgotten, on this podcast we watch old episodes of The Sopranos, which we were both in, and then we talk about it.
Who did you play?
I played Chrissy, didn't I? I was Christopher.
That's right. I was Adriana.
We shared a certain amount of screen time together.
Yeah, you had to like choke me out one time.
Highlight of my career, that. Not just my career, my personal life as well. Enjoyed that.
And then you sat on my dog, which was my real dog.
Yeah, I just improvised that in the moment. I was really pleased with it.
You were a little method there. Yeah. For anyone that isn't Sopranos fan.
Oh yeah, it's not that really. That was a joke.
No, you're listening to Watching Films on the Toilet, which is a podcast which two dads, myself, Ben, and Eamonn, talk about films that we've watched on the toilet. And we have to watch them on the toilet because we can't watch them with our kids because they're violent and grisly and, you know. So that's what you're in for if you've never joined us before. Welcome.
Is this series 2 or season 2? How do we feel about the naming conventions?
I think it's season 2, isn't it?
So yeah, we're pretty cool, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had a little break, Ben. Did you do anything nice?
I went to a couple of musical concerts.
Streisand and Midler, I believe.
It was Idols both times. I did get quite angry.
Oh yeah. Was it Fat Lads again?
No, it wasn't Fat Lads. It was a man wearing so he was stood in front of me at the concert and he was wearing a a hat, the type of hat.
Okay.
A
trilby?
Like a cowboy hat. What are they?
Stetson.
Not a Stetson, the more polite one.
But no, that is a cowboy hat though.
No, I know, but not a cowboy hat.
I don't know. I don't know the various names of different cowboy hats.
So you know the hat. You're very good at hats. So a smaller version of a cowboy hat, what would that be?
Do you mean like a little tiny hat that perched on top of his head?
No, not like a George Dawes hat. Just a normal-sized hat with a...
Could you be a little more specific?
With a rim and a bulb on top.
A bulb on top?
Yeah.
Bowler hat?
No, not a bowler hat. A trilby?
I said trilby. That's the first thing I said.
No, you said something different.
I said trilby.
Okay, let's go with a trilby hat.
A trilby, by the way, is not a miniature cowboy hat.
Or a fedora? Is that a hat?
A fedora's a hat, yeah. Again, not really like a cowboy hat.
Let's go with a fedora. He was wearing a fedora.
Yeah.
And he had very long hair and he had very big glasses. It looked like he'd bought a disguise from a disguise shop.
Right.
But he stood in front of me wearing this hat and it angered me because I could no longer see. He just made me very cross.
Yeah. Well, obviously the worst thing you could have done is tell him your issue and sort of resolve it.
I just wanted to whack off his head.
You wanted to whack him off?
Yeah, I wanted to whack him off. Like people do at Idols, you know?
We need to paint a picture now of why I enjoy it so much.
This is shit. We're not talking about Idols. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. What have I been up to? Not much, just been sort of miserable in the cold weather of January. What about you?
Same. January blues is supposed to be an actual thing, and it really is. It's been absolute BS. Nothing bad has happened. It's just been boring as hell. It's really rubbish.
It's rotten, isn't it?
Do you know what I think it is?
Why?
We've not been making shows.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
So,
we thought, you know what? We'll take a break. It'll be nice.
It's not.
Hasn't been nice.
We stopped recording. All of a sudden, everyone feels miserable.
Yeah. It's not us. It's not just us. I've spoken to lots of people, and they've all said, "Oh, I'm not happy."
Oh, I can't put my finger on it, and I go, "Is it because you've not been listening to watching films in the toilet?" And then, the moment of realization just dawns on them, and they're like, "Yes, it is that."
So today we are going to be talking about a very recent release, Jackass Forever.
Oh.
Yeah, the new Jackass movie. We're going to be talking about that, which is very exciting. Yeah. We've been away for a while. I imagine we've got a sack full of letters that's built up.
It's groaning. I can barely lift it up. Better make a start on it. Start whittling it down. Yeah. Actually, this is a letter from someone we've heard of from before on the podcast a few times. It's from old Joe Rogan. Oh, Joe,
he's very popular at the moment, isn't he? Particularly popular at the moment.
Well, yeah, he's in the news, and actually this is part of the reason he's got in touch. So,
okay.
Let me just read what he said. Dear toilet buddies, hi toilet buddies, how the toilet bros. You guys crazy, but I like you, and I do like toilets. I know we're not seen eyes to eyes sometimes, and you been mean about Rogan's big head, but I need the help. The sing man Neil, I think he means Neil Young, has said the bad words about your friend Joe. I eat all the horse medicine and now I the bad man? I eat 8 kilos of the horse drugs and the COVID gone. The growing brain still hurts, but that the big boy pills, not the horse sweets. And then in brackets he's just written, they have the super taste. The people don't listen now. The singers don't like Joe's red face. Be my friend, toilet boys. You the only ones I can trust. I give you also the horse sweets, so you don't get sick from the Coville. I think that's a typo. And then he's signed it off by friend Rogan.
He has got in trouble, hasn't he, poor Joe? Because of all the lies he's been spreading about Coville.
All the absolute BS he's constantly talking about has finally caught up with him.
So he's going to send us some of the horse pills?
I've got him here. I've got one of those big old-fashioned chemist jars.
Of horse pills?
I'll have a few now. They are quite sweet.
Oh, they're good?
They're going down a treat, yeah.
Yeah, good. That's good. I mean, it's kind of him to send us some.
I feel bad for him, in a way.
Legit?
No, I don't, no. In another more accurate way, I think he's getting everything he deserves.
Yeah, yeah.
He is an obnoxious, sack of shit, that guy.
He's gone full circle, hasn't he?
I wonder what's happened is that he was kind of just out there generally to begin with, and now he's realised that actually the things that get the greatest sort of response on social media is when he says something that's alt-right type stuff, and he's realised this is what gets me the most response. So that's by process of sort of evolution. He's just gone down that rabbit hole.
I know. I think you might be right. It's he's got a massive audience now, and he needs to cater for them.
Well, which is why I'm taking this opportunity to publicly state that I think COVID has been invented by the Liberals.
Oh, definitely.
It's not real.
Yeah.
And I will proudly take a big handful of ivermectin because it does cure COVID, which doesn't exist anyway.
And does it cure Coville as well?
Yeah.
I mean, Eamon, all I could hear, really, I didn't hear any of those words. I just heard money, like ding, 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 like it was like a jackpot had just been won on a fruit machine.
We've been playing the suckers game, Ben. We're not going to get anywhere with good content. We just need to say
No, we're
the
not.
most inflammatory things we can think of, and then
Absolutely.
and then never back down ever.
Yeah. Personally, I'm a big believer in flat Earth.
Yeah, it's
theories.
true.
It is flat,
it is
isn't
flat.
it? The Earth
Have you ever
is flat.
seen it look round?
I mean,
I've not.
I feel like we're catering to an audience now.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of traction off the back of this.
It's season 2. We're just gonna say it like it is, and maybe we'll get a good sponsor this time.
That guy, the mattress guy, who's a big Trump supporter, we could get him.
What, Larry Spears?
That's right, Larry Spears.
Plymouth's carpets and beds #1 salesman, I believe. Good. Well, thankfully, we have another bit of correspondence. It's actually a voice note from a very famous man. Shall we hear it? Here we go.
Hi lads, Jason Statham here. I thought I'd tell you all about my ideal meal. Not a fancy restaurant, nothing posh, just your standard knives and forks and a nice white plate. To start, I'll have a plate of nachos. That's right, nachos. Followed by a hamburger with a bit of lettuce, tomato, some relish, and a well-done patty. Then I polish it off with some ice cream in a cone with some of that chocolate sauce that goes hard.
Sorry, I'll just replay that.
Some of that chocolate sauce that goes hard when you pour it on. Crackin', I think it's called. So that's that. If you want me on your podcast, I'm free in June. But don't even think about mentioning poppadoms or bread, because it's always bread.
And that was it.
Oh.
That was the voice note from Jason Statham. You know what he's
I
done?
think he's got mixed up, hasn't he?
He's got mixed up. He thought we were the Off Menu podcast with James Acaster and his sidekick.
Oh, if only.
So yeah, sorry, Jason Statham, wrong podcast, mate. But you're welcome to join us whenever you like.
Sounds good.
Eamon, I've missed saying this. Have you got any toilet news?
I do. I like this pun. Thrown a wobbly. Queen had to step in after Prince Andrew rowed with Charles about royal toilet.
Oh.
Former Buckingham Palace
okay.
maid said the Queen had to step in to resolve a row. Prince Andrew and Prince Charles argued over a toilet. A former maid said that Andrew refused to move his toiletries from Charles' bathroom. The row at Sandringham was resolved when the Queen stepped in.
So, I mean, that's a pretty charged story there. Andrew's toiletries. He is clearly a man who will not admit when he was wrong.
That's right, yeah.
So, he's not going to back down.
Do you think it was predominantly like deodorant because of his lack of sweating?
Yeah, it could be. Just like loads of deodorant sticks.
I bloody love that Emily made this interview. It's like a masterclass on like how not to lie. Because like when you're remembering like something like this clear cut, you can just say yes or no. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, the number of times you kind of like looked up to the sort of scene was like, did I do that really bad thing? I can't say that I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that bad thing.
I don't.
That's what it was like.
So, onto the film.
Yeah.
Please, onto Jackass Forever. So, how did you watch this film, Eamon?
I really saw the bloody pictures with you.
Yeah, we saw it together, didn't we?
Yeah.
But I will explain that during each episode, Eamon will have a big drink just for me, and then I will try and summarise the film we've seen in the time it takes him to do a big wee based on said drink. And we call that...
The big wee, summer wee.
Which is clever. Yeah. What did you have for drink this week, Eamon?
Well, in true Jackass style, I had a load of egg yolks and a bottle of vodka, and the whites as well.
So you cracked the egg into your mouth, no shell.
Correct.
Have you ever eaten a whole egg with the shell?
Yeah, once. I thought it'd be hilarious if I could make it look like I'd laid an egg.
But instead, it's just a crunched up load of shell, just
tummy,
tearing you up inside.
I was desperate to know what it felt like to be a hen.
Good. Anyway, okay, cool. And how long do I have?
You got a minute and 2 seconds.
All right. I think I can do Jackass in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Jackass lads are back for the 4th instalment of the franchise, which takes place 20 years after their hit MTV show blew up, in which they took part in dangerous and often grotesque stunts. This time round, they've got some young folks to help them out because the original cast are all really old and quite concerned about dying. And that's it.
Okay, well, wouldn't really call that a summary as such, but I'll accept it.
Good. Eamon, I know what your favourite stunt was.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting right in front of the screen and there was sort of a rail, and I saw you sort of fall forward off your seat and just lean over the rail because you could barely breathe with laughter.
They created a miniature boxing gym.
Mm.
And they have those speed bag, I think it's called, where they sort of do the sort of punch.
Yeah.
Instead of one of those, Preston Lacey had lowered his ball sack through a hole in the ceiling of this model set. And I don't know how they'd done it, but they built this little machine, and it was 2 hairy arms with boxing gloves on it.
Yes.
On like an electric motor. And they started punching his ball bag slowly. And then all of a sudden, the speed just ramped up to this insane... So his balls took this absolute pummeling.
In slow motion.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I think it was because...
oh, man.
When I saw the setup, for some reason, I thought, please let it be a ball bag getting speed back.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird, specific thought. So when it happened, it was just like all my wildest dreams came true.
It was so funny.
Have you ever taken a nut shot?
A shot? A couple that I remember. What about you?
Yeah. I was at university and I was kicking a ball around with my good friend Alex. And he tried to do some skill or something, but he ended up blasting a football as hard as he can and it hit me in the balls.
Oh.
And it made me really cross because he refused to apologise.
Why?
Because he didn't do it on purpose. He said, well, I didn't do it on purpose, so I'm not going to apologise. And I still remember it. And if you're listening, Alex, you're fucking bang out of order for not apologising. Of course you should have apologised.
Yeah, he definitely should have apologised.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to do. Well, what would you do if you, ran over a kid? Well, I'm not going to say sorry because I didn't mean to.
It's a good example.
It is a good example. And I'm afraid that it's almost a certainty that he will kill someone in his car.
It makes sense.
Like, around the world solo sailor Ellen MacArthur, when he crushes her legs in an accident, she's going to, at the very least, want a handshake of apology and a promise to try and never do it again, which won't be forthcoming. Because he will never apologise for something he didn't mean to do.
And it would be particularly tragic.
Well, yeah, because you won't be able to do any more of her sailing expeditions.
She's achieved so much.
But did she really, though?
Yeah, but have you sailed around the world?
No, but I tell you what, if I did, I wouldn't spend my whole time crying. That's the only thing I remember about accomplishment is all those video diaries she recorded where she was in bits.
Did you cry when Alex kicked you with that ball?
Yeah, I did. Do you think being kicked with a football in the balls is the same as circumnavigating the globe by yourself?
I'd much rather get kicked with the football.
I think they're about the same, aren't they?
Yeah, it's probably better. Mm. Just don't like boats.
I once kicked a football into a child's face by accident, and I apologised immediately to the mum.
To the mum?
Well, not the child.
Did you say, I will not apologise to your child?
The child was in a pram.
You kicked a baby in the face with a football?
Well, yeah.
Wow.
So I just booted it, and then it was bounced along, and it bounced up and hit this pram.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a baby.
Yeah. And I said to her, I was just like, she's obviously cross, but I was like, I'm really sorry. And I was like, listen, you're lucky to even get an apology. If Alex who did it, you wouldn't get a thing.
I bet she accepted it. She's like, yeah.
She was like, fair enough. And do you know what was weird?
No.
That it was Ellen MacArthur.
That is such a weird coincidence.
And that ties up everything in a neat bow.
That was like a really, really out there episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah, a really shit episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Ben.
Eamon.
What was your favourite stunt in that film?
I was thinking about this. It was odd. I came out and I didn't remember any of them. It was very much, like when you see a stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't really remember any of the jokes. But having thought about it, I think it was all the cup shots that Erin took.
Amazing.
They were just so awful.
Like, unbelievably brutal. Like, after one, I thought that would have been enough. But it kept going.
The punch from the MMA heavyweight.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And, and then the pogo stick.
What I really liked about this film, actually, is I thought Erin was the standout.
I agree.
Of the film, because usually he's sort of like the butt of the jokes.
Yeah.
Gets a bit of bullying.
He was a bit of a hero, wasn't he, in this?
He did all the best ones. He did that one. He did the thing with the bear.
He got bitten by a spider.
And he got bitten by a spider.
I wondered are they special spiders, or has he been jabbed up? Because spider bites can kill people. Jeff Hanneman, the co-founder of Slayer, died from a spider bite. Not immediately, but it gave him some sort of skin rotting disease. And then he died of liver failure. So spider bites are no joke, yo.
Yeah.
Then there was the scorpion sting to that lady's lips, and the bees, and the snake bite as well to poopies.
What did you make of the new additions to the cast?
I'd happily watch them in another movie or in their own series doing stunts. I thought they were really fun.
I do hope that it spins off to more stuff, because I just love it so much.
Yeah.
I've never laughed at any film as hard as I've laughed at Jackass.
That was it. We just laughed the whole time, didn't we?
Yeah. It's interesting that reading the reviews, because I remember when the first ones came out, and like all the broadsheets were like nihilistic, puerile, soulless, mean. Whereas now they're like, oh, this is just the boost we needed. It's a tonic.
Yeah.
It's lovely seeing these friends reunited.
Yeah, there was a warmth to this film which was sort of missing from the others, I think.
Yeah, it was almost sweet. I know it's weird to say. I think there was less. Didn't feel like there was proper bullying in this one. I actually think part of that is because Bam wasn't in it. I think he was a bit bullyish in some of his. Yeah,
I think so, and I think that was his whole thing. I mean, that's a sad story. Steve-O's managed to turn himself around.
Who'd have thought?
The whole reason he wanted to get into it in the first place was because he basically wanted to be Bam. He just thought he was so cool. Now he's doing fine, and Bam is really not. I think also that they really had a sense of their own mortality in this one.
Yeah.
Being older, they seemed to be much more concerned about the hits they were taking.
Yeah.
And everything seemed to have more of an impact as well.
Yeah. Well, Johnny Knoxville has said like he's not going to do any more now, like that. He's called time on it.
So he took that bull hit, which was insane.
Yeah.
He like span round twice in the air before he slammed to the ground.
Yeah.
Broke his wrist and his ribs.
Yeah, incredible.
Mad.
Let me ask you a question, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather face that bull, not necessarily getting hit in the same way as Johnny Knoxville, but take your chances inside a bull ring with an angry bull?
Yeah.
Or drink a big cup of pig's semen?
Oh, that's a difficult question, Eamonn.
The one thing I actually made me retch. Chris Pontius does that.
He didn't even blink.
Didn't even blink. And made me feel sick.
I don't know if I could keep it down. But I think I'd have to go with the drink.
Because luckily for you, you have no sense of taste now because of COVID.
This is true.
So I mean, you could be drinking pig semen right now and you wouldn't even know it.
I might.
I think I would. The thought of doing that, drinking that stuff, though, makes me feel so repulsed.
Yeah, but you could be killed by the bull.
Chances are you wouldn't be, though.
Really? You're not Johnny Knoxville. You don't know how to land a stunt. Like, he knows how to land. That's a skill.
I don't think he does, because he's going to be repeatedly concussed.
Yeah, but, he would after all this time.
I was watching an interview with him on that Adventure Park, which is that weird hybrid real stunts narrative film.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying he was watching a stuntman rehearse the stunt they were doing.
Yeah.
And he was going, he didn't like the way he was rolling out of a fall because it didn't look real. So when he did it, he just landed on his face because he knew that would look better. So don't tell me about Johnny Knoxville knowing how to land a fall.
Okay, well, then that still doesn't mean you wouldn't die.
Okay, well, I'm getting into the ring with a bloody...
We'll get it.
Do
We'll
it.
get a bull. I'll find a bull.
Do it, mate. Okay, I've got one for you. I think it's Jackass 3D, Steve-O goes in a porta potty, is launched into the air on bungee cords, and he gets covered in a load of poo.
Yeah.
Would you rather do that or face the same fate as Aaron in Jackass Forever, where he's strapped to a chair, covered in honey and salmon, and a big bear is set on him?
Oh, man. I mean, the thought of someone else's waste going up my nose is pretty rank.
I think he wore a clothes peg on his nose.
Did he?
Which makes it fine, yeah.
I once jumped off there's someone I know in Plymouth lives by the sea, and I jumped off their balcony into the sea.
Yeah.
And I got really ill because the water went in my mouth and nose, and it was clearly awful. It was full of junk, and it made me ill for about 2 weeks.
But you'd also eaten a great big shit that morning as well, hadn't you?
There's nothing to do with that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think as long as the bear didn't kill me, I'd go with the bear.
That's the thing, isn't it? You don't really ever know what a live animal's going to do.
No.
You know, they're unpredictable.
But if you knew the bear wasn't going to kill you, it would be kind of cool to meet a bear.
Yeah, well, then I could say the same thing about the bull. I know I'm not going to get hurt by the bull. Therefore,
No,
I'd rather do that than drink the pig semen.
The bear didn't smash him off his feet, flip him around in the air, and have him land on his head. That's not a good comparison.
What are you talking about? You're going, as long as you can promise me I won't come to any harm.
Yeah, but Aaron didn't come to any harm with the bear.
He might have done. That's the point.
Yeah, but Johnny
That's the
Knoxville
risk-
did come to harm with the bull.
That's the risk that you take, isn't it?
The point of the bull stunt is that you get hit by the bull. The point of the bear stunt was that he had to spend time with a bear, and potentially it would rip him apart, but it didn't.
Yeah, but it might do.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Okay, let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Would you rather get covered in excrement or definitely get killed by a bear?
Yeah, that's better. Killed by a bear, definitely.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good. Glad we got to the bottom of that.
I honestly think with that one, I would go for the porta potty.
Yeah? Rather than the bear.
Well, with the porta potty, you know it's going to be gross, and there's no getting around it.
Yeah.
With the bear, you just don't know what's going to happen. When it started looking inside his pants, didn't he? For extra.
But then the handler came in and,
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot you don't come to any harm in that one, and therefore you should definitely do it.
It's fine. He didn't come to any harm. He was fine, actually. Would you rather have the bear experience of Aaron in Jackass or the bear experience of Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant?
Ooh, toughie.
Yeah. That's tricky, isn't it? He did get electrocuted.
Did he get electrocuted?
Aaron.
And poured at by a bear.
And Leo lived.
Leo's torn to shreds, left for dead. Toughie. You right there? Sorry, we're keeping you up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ben's bored by this podcast.
Yeah, I'm just bored. It's boring, isn't it? Oh, should we talk about the film? Let's see what people think of what we think of it.
Just before, literally before we started, he went, come on, let's get this over with.
I did. It was a big sigh.
Roll of his eyes. I was going, no, come on, it'll be good.
I want to put my long nightgown on,
That's right.
my floppy cap, get into bed with my candle lamp, and get haunted by 3 ghosts. That's what I want to do.
And then do you think you'll rediscover the magic of podcasting?
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm the ghost of podcasting past.
When you didn't do one.
Yeah, be like Joe Rogan. Don't say the N-word 1,000,000 times. Yeah, no kidding, Joe.
Yeah. So, Eamonn.
Hello.
Jackass Forever. Would you flush it or fish it out?
Fish it out, 100%.
Yeah?
I loved it. The speed bag ball sack thing is the hardest I've laughed for a long, long time. And they did feel more joyous than the others. And
Yeah.
there was less of the gross stuff, which I preferred. I like the stunty type things rather than the gross things. So yeah, 100%. What about you?
Yeah, man. I definitely fish it out. It was what I was hoping it would be. It was just, I just laughed consistently for an hour and a half. And nothing else does that. And it was just really nice to see those guys again. They're so funny.
They're the best.
And very charming.
Yeah.
So yeah, that means Jackass Forever is going in the Tank of Glory.
Tank of Glory is the repository for our 5 best films.
It
we
is.
take them straight from the toilet into our holding tank to keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Do you see what we're doing? We're talking about films, but we're pretending like they're dumps.
Yeah, it's clever.
Do you get it? Fine.
It's a lot cleverer than you think.
It is, but also I'm not proud of it in any way. So in that tank we have Midnight Run, Brawl in Cell Block 99, Jimmy Bond, The Babadook,
yeah,
and The Frighteners.
The Frighteners. Okay, so The Frighteners is exempt from removal.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I'd take out James Bond.
I would take out Jimmy Bond.
I really enjoyed it, but it's not a classic like those other movies.
Do you know what I've noticed is Brawl in Cell Block is like the unexpected sleeper hit of this podcast.
It's very much up our street, isn't it?
It really is.
It really is. All right, so that means then that James Bond is out and Jackass Forever is in.
Okay, Ben, do you want to do the honours?
Okay, here we go. Hey!
Hooray!
It is in.
Ah,
Basking in the heat of the tank.
getting to know its new friends there. Lovely.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So there we go. So that was Jackass Forever. And now it's time for this week's top 5.
Yeah.
In which myself and Eamonn will guess each other's top 5 picks of films on a particular theme or subject, which this week happens to be TV shows that became movies. And whoever gets the most correct gets to choose the next film, and whoever gets the most wrong gets a forfeit.
That's right. And that forfeit could be anything. It could be shining on a policeman.
Shining?
Shining them on, yeah.
What, like polishing them?
Shining them on. You know how like Edward Furlong says in Terminator 2, if you really want to shine them on, you say hasta la vista, baby.
If you really want to shine them on. Yeah, that's right.
Mind-blowing how that kid didn't have an acting career after that. Still having an amazing film, despite his performance. Anyway, could be that. Could be shining on a policeman. Or it could be we had to launch a coup in Myanmar. That was one of the big forfeits of season 1.
That's right, yeah.
Do you remember when you did that? Do you remember when you undermined the government in Myanmar?
Mate, I've undermined a lot of governments.
Yeah, you've probably forgotten by now. Walked around the capital city shouting "F*** Aung San Suu Kyi."
Oh, that's my classic quote, isn't it?
Righto, Ben, it's my gift to you. I'll let you go first.
Okay, it is a duplicate. The Fugitive.
No, and
What?
I didn't realise that. Yeah, of course it is, but that didn't come up in any of my searches.
I roll.
Yeah, I probably would have put that one in.
Yeah, you would.
So this is one for you. Beavis and Butthead Do America.
No,
Ooh.
and there you go. Right back at you, because that definitely would have been on there. So
Okay.
We've levelled out there. Another duplicate then. The Naked Gun film.
Yes.
Yeah. They are hilarious. All right, go on. So that's one for me.
I'm going to say El Camino, Breaking Bad film.
No. Okay, I'm going to say The Simpsons.
Yes.
Yes.
You've won.
One already, man. Holy mackerel.
That was absolutely diabolical for old Eamonn.
Smashed your box.
Did, yeah.
I carried you up a tree in my mouth.
That's an absolute shellacking. You ran roughshod over me like the Liberals have done with their COVID lies.
Oh, man, you're really cashing in on our audience, aren't
That's
you?
it. They love it. They love it. All sat at home with their Viking helmets on, lapping it up.
Go on. What was your top 5 then?
So the Simpsons movie, Naked Gun, In the Loop, 21 Jump Street, and this is really out there, but Dragnet, which is a Tom Hanks, Dan Aykroyd film from he's 87 or 88. That was a TV series in the States in like the 50s. It's basically a parody of that.
And it contains the line, what is it? Something about my Tony badge kisser.
Yeah, the guy can't act.
What
he
is
says,
it? What's the line?
I want my a chewing gum, Snickers bar, and my attorney badge kisser. What he's supposed to say is, and my attorney, comma, badge kisser. But he's made up something called an attorney badge, and then he's called him like a kisser. It's like a real diss.
My attorney badge kisser. Chewing gum, Snickers bar, my attorney badge kisser. He's calling him a kisser.
He is, yeah.
What a brilliant insult. Okay, well, my top 5, since you're so interested, was 21 Jump Street, The Addams Family.
Oh,
I really like those movies.
I suppose you are a goth, aren't you?
Oh, I'm such a goth. The Fugitive, Mission Impossible, and The Naked Gun.
I should have got Mission Impossible.
I like
love those films.
Good.
Okay.
Well, that's that then.
What's the forfeit this week?
So this week's forfeit, Eamon, I was thinking back to, I think it's Jackass 2, in which Bam is branded with a symbol on his behind. And I'd like you to be branded this week. Any choice. Is the symbol, the design is your choice, but you have to be branded. Quite simply, I want you to do your own Jackass style stunt. I'm going to leave it up to you, and I want to see what you come up with.
Okay, all right, get thinking on that.
I want it to hurt.
Okay.
Okay, good. And the film we are going to be watching next time, well, you're going to hate this, but I'm going to pick it anyway. 2022's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is released in a few weeks on Netflix. And we're going to watch that, and we'll see what you think of it.
Horror movies.
So you get to be in a lot of pain and watch a film that you'll probably hate. Welcome back.
I hate horror even more than I hate those liberals in the White House.
How are those horse pills?
It's working an absolute treat, yeah.
You seem a little dazed.
Can't see.
You look quite a lot like Joe Rogan now.
Yeah, I can feel my
all your hair's
head's getting very round.
You look swole AF.
Yeah, I think you just sent me a load of steroids by mistake.
I think you might have done. Should know better. Anyway, okay, well, there you go. We've returned. I'd say it was a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's generous.
I think most people would say it was disappointing.
Critics everywhere are calling this episode disappointing.
Yeah, I think we built it up. A lot of people were like, oh, great, coming back. And it's like,
do you know what it was? It was that whole January's bad because we've not been on the airwaves spiel.
It was that,
never
wasn't
said
it?
That.
Lowered the tone. But on a positive note, it can only go up from here.
Well, we still have leeway to go down. Let's not rule it out.
That's true,
We still could go further down than this.
Yeah, it could get worse.
Yeah. My wife's just come in, so there you go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
For it to get worse. Hello.
Hiya.
You right?
Yeah. I'm afraid Tesco shuts at 10. I didn't realise.
Yeah. I sent out my wife. No, I didn't send out my wife.
No, he didn't send me out, Ben. Don't listen to any cock and bull.
She went out to see
he asked
her.
Me,
she went out
would
to
you
see
mind
her.
If you could get me a couple of beers.
She went out with her friends, like carousing with her friends, and I was like, "Do you mind awfully if you get me one single beer?" And she couldn't even be bothered to get me one beer.
Can I tell you a genuine story, Ben? Been out running.
Yeah.
Carousing with them.
And he wants me to get beer whilst I'm running.
Yeah.
You're running very late.
Yeah. I know, it is
You're not running the streets at this time of night, are you?
I've just realised you can't hear him.
No, I can't. I can see.
Oh, yeah. No, I was concerned. That
right, no.
your wife was running the streets.
Yeah, she went back to a friend's house.
Yeah, so it's all safe and legit and all that.
But no beer for old
Good.
Amos.
But no beers, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go out with my friends. Oh, can I have a single beer? No. It's fun for me tonight.
Oh, I need a beer at night. Oh, I can't. I have to have some alcohol. Just grow up, Eamon. Grow up. Start training your jaw.
I should do that instead, shouldn't I?
Do that instead of beer.
Okay.
So, do you see the... So lefty, isn't it?
Yeah, good
I'm not
one.
very good at that.
You're rubbish at that stuff. Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
Oh, it's so lefty. It's like Frank Spencer becoming alt-right.
Such a lefty with your beer. All right, but thank you for listening.
Thanks for sticking with us.
For real.
It should get better, I'd say.
It might.
I'd say it's 50-50 chance the next one will be better.
Yeah. It's either going to get worse before it gets better, or it's just going to get worse.
Continue getting worse. Yeah.
Probably that. But yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. We're a podcast. You can write a review of us. That'd be nice. Tell us we're good or we suck.
The first one.
Don't care anymore. Yeah. I'm not really bothered. Are you?
Yes, of course I am.
Oh, right. I'm really getting all this wrong. But, either way, we'll be back.
We will be, whether you like it or not.
Next time. With the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, well, it's been a while, Eamonn.
It has been. Time to
Let's
dust
do it.
off the old catchphrase. Been getting lonely up there on the shelf, on the catchphrase shelf in my, my shed, in my garden shed. Okay. Just blowing the dust off it there because it got really dusty.
Yeah.
That was what that was. Okay.
Yeah,
Keep flushing.
Hey, it's good. It's good to be back. Let's take another break.